What's up, guys? Adam Mcvey here. Another sleepless night. Just got done with cardio. I did 45 minutes this morning. I got to do another 15 later today with abs and calves. I woke up I think 4 or 5 times last night. I'm at that point now where I'm just pissing all through the night. And Matt pulled my carbs down to 70 grams a day every day of the week. So, when you pull carbohydrates really low, it has a diuretic effect. And, if you're drinking 2 gallons of water a day, which I am, then you're going to be up all night pissing and excreting that water. But I did 45 minutes of cardio this morning. I'm trying to tone it down on the stimulants. So I just did 400 milligrams of caffeine and then 50 milligrams of ephedrine today. But I wanted to talk about something, and I don't really know where my thoughts are going to go on this, but I just wanted to kind of talk about it, and it's confidence. Bodybuilding and physique competition in general breeds, not only does it breed insecurity, but it also attracts insecure people. And I think the men, this is obviously generalizing, and it's going to be, they're going to be umbrella, blanket statements. But I think from a male standpoint, I think that a lot of men get into bodybuilding or improving their physiques, whether it's the men's physique class or now the classical physique or whatever. I think they get into it for reasons like, attracting women, maybe insecurities about some of the characteristics of their personality. Maybe they have anxiety issues or depression or whatever the case may be. And lifting weights is kind of therapy for them. I know I fit into the category of lifting being therapy for me. I'm a pretty confident guy. But I think that's why a lot of men get into it. I think that they might start off in high school. They might play sports. Maybe they're not the best athletes on the team or whatever the case may be. They're introduced to weight training, and then next thing you know, they see their changes in their physique. They start to get attention, and it just snowballs from there. So then they start learning nutrition and everything else, and they continue to improve until ultimately they build a physique where somebody walks up to them and asks them, have you ever thought of competing? Or, maybe they see the magazines in the stores or whatever the case may be on the internet now, and they decide that they want to do a show. The women's side, though, is pretty funny because there's a lot of super attractive and sexy women. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know I know female psychology or anything like that, but I made a post yesterday about some bikini girls hashtagging that they're chasing their dreams. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, I would be so disappointed if my daughter's only dream was to win a bikini contest. I hope so bad that everything that I do and my work ethic, and things I just hope that I hope my daughters have larger aspirations than winning a fucking bikini contest. To me, that's just so sad, and I don't get it. And some of these girls have degrees and master's degrees, PhDs in some cases, and their dreams are to win a bikini contest, to turn around and show their ass to thousands of people. I don't get it, and so I don't understand the female psychology of it all. But the only thing that I can be sure of is that it's probably insecurity that's driving that. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about confidence. I am a super, super confident guy. I can walk into a room. I might have a little bit of anxiety if I'm walking into a room, especially when I'm doing maybe some public speaking, or I'm about to. I know when I was younger and before a game, I would get really anxious, and just mostly because I wanted to perform my best. But I would get pretty anxious beforehand, where I would almost go into even anxiety attacks. But I've always been this super confident person. I wrote an article once about how the show day And the process of contest prep makes me into somebody that I don't like necessarily. So I've been doing a lot of like soul searching and thinking about why I do this, like why we do what we do. And I made a post and I asked people, you know, what are some of the things that along the way have brought you to the epiphanies that you've come to in order to, you know, realize what training is best for you or whatever the case may be. And that led me to asking myself, like, why am I doing this? Why? That was another post that I made. Like, why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we put ourselves through this torture? And so here I am. I'm this super confident person that can walk into a room and talk to anybody. I can go up to any girl and talk to her. I'm not afraid of that. And let's face, I mean, look at me right now. I'm not the most attractive guy in the world. I mean, I'm not ugly, but I ain't the most attractive either. Nobody's going to ask me to be on any magazine covers anytime soon. And so I could walk into this room and I can own the room, and my personality just, you know, takes over a room or whatever the case may be. And so I asked myself, like, why am I putting myself through this torture? Or why do we do it? Why do we put ourselves through this torture? Why are we gluttons for punishment the way we are? And I just realized that there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, I'm not okay with being mediocre. And I know that the word mediocre is kind of cliche to say in bodybuilding because, and I don't necessarily even believe in that word anyways, because there are a lot of people out there that don't have great physiques that are amazing people, and they're not mediocre people. They're great parents. They bust their ass at work every day. They do whatever it takes to take care of their family. They volunteer their time to help others. They maybe spent years taking care of their sick family member or whatever the case may be. And those people are, in my opinion, more amazing than any bodybuilder that puts himself through the ringer. It's just to get ready for a contest, for a plastic trophy. So I asked myself, like, why am I doing this? And I still don't really know the answer to it. And so I'm not going to, like, I don't have any secrets for you right now. But the number one thing that I do know is I'm not doing it because of the way that I look. I'm not doing it. Yeah, like, yes, of course, like in bodybuilding, you want to build a physique that you're proud of. You have this visual in your mind of the ultimate pinnacle of where you want to take your physique. But that doesn't really motivate me per se. It's getting, as I get more serious into bodybuilding, it does, because then I start to see changes and things. But the number one thing that I think, the reason why I'm doing this to myself, and the reason why a lot of us do this is so we can build confidence. We might tell ourselves that we have confidence. I might be able to walk into a room and take over a room, but that doesn't mean I'm confident in all facets of life or all facets of my personality. For example, it takes a lot of fucking hard work for me to get lean. You know, I'm 10 weeks out. I'm doing an hour of cardio now, as you guys all know, and getting no sleep, and like, sometimes you don't want to do it, man. You just don't. But you do, and you do that because you know that on the other side of that hard work and on the other side of that perseverance is the person that you want to be. Being lazy, like, I don't want to be a lazy person. I don't want to take the easy road, and I don't want to teach my kids that they don't have to work hard. But working hard comes in a lot of different forms. But I know in my heart that no matter what my physique looks like, if I suffer through the contest prep, if I suffer through the countless minutes of cardio, if I suffer through no fats and 70 grams of carbs a day for 6 days straight, if I suffer through, 2-hour leg days on that limited amount of calories, if I suffer through going to work all day on that limited amount of calories, if I suffer through all these things, on the other side of that wall, on the other side of all that suffering is a better me. And not just a physique, a person. I'll come out on the other side a stronger person. I will come out on the other side more confident in my abilities to do anything that I want to do. And so I think that is the number one reason, at least at this point in my life, or today as I sit here, because every day, depending on how much sleep I get, I'm somebody else. But I think that the physique and the muscles and the low body fat and the pictures and the training and the cardio and the diet, I think that those are all just steps on a ladder to get to where I want to be. And that's not the Olympia stage. That is to be a strong, confident person that knows he can do anything that he wants to do. And ultimately, as I do that, my children, I hope, will see me doing that, and they will someday become adults themselves. And when they're in college, things will get hard, and they'll be up studying all night, and they'll be like, man, yeah, I got to study all night, but my dad did this. And I want to instill that work ethic in my kids. So at the end of the day, I think that a lot of us do what we do, no matter how good we are, to build confidence in ourselves. And I got to tell you, like, if you don't do everything you're supposed to do, if you're not 100% on point with your diet, or if you're skipping cardio, you're stopping 5 minutes early because your feet hurt, you don't have any fat left on the bottom of your feet, if you're eating an extra ounce of protein at your meals, or just anything that you can do to make things easier. If you're doing all that stuff, then yeah, you can finish a contest prep and you might even win a contest, but you're not going to come out on the other side that confident person, because you're going to know in your heart and in your soul that you didn't do everything that you were supposed to do. So it's not about the trophy. It's not about winning the show. None of us get anything back for this, man. Even the pros don't. We spend money on this shit. You're not going to make any money in this sport unless you get sponsors and start a radio show. And trust me, I ain't getting rich from it. But it ain't about that, man. It's about building confidence in yourself as a human being and as a person. In America and in today's society, everything's so fucking PC, and like all the strong people are the minority now. It's all just weakness. And I really feel like I want to teach my kids that, you can't be weak. There's not a support group for everything, or you don't need to go to a support group. What you need to do is bust your fucking ass and build some confidence in yourself. And the more confident you are in yourself, the farther along you're going to go in life. Not just bodybuilding, anything. So I'm going to stop rambling now, but I just wanted to talk about confidence for a little bit. All you people out there grinding that got shitty genetics like me, or mediocre genetics, or whatever you want to call it, keep fucking grinding, man, and keep doing everything you need. If you're a salesperson, are you making enough calls? Are you taking your clients out for lunches with confidence, or are you just kissing their ass? Because trust me, they can tell the difference. If you're married, are you bringing flowers to your wife, surprising her with a massage or something like that? Are you doing everything you can in your life to instill confidence that you can accomplish anything you want? And guess what? Ultimately, all those things I just said are going to lead to your happiness. This is Adam Mcvey, geared up. Peace out.
This is very